Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian and book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today I get to share with you this book called A Book for Bear, written by Ellen L. Ramsey and illustrated by Mackenzie Haley. This is the story of a girl, Ellen, who loves to read, and she likes to read in the forest, which is perfect because Bear loves listening to Ellen read, and he loves books in general. But as much as he loves hearing the books that Ellen has to read to him, he desires to choose a book of his very own. Unfortunately, bears are not allowed in school or the library or the bookstore, and despite their best efforts, Bear just can't get what he's going for. Luckily, the two intrepid friends have just one more idea up their sleeve, and this might be the perfect one. This fun story is all about a bear who loves books and has so many barriers to getting them. So while it is a little bit imaginative to have a bear be able to communicate with a little girl in this way and then also have the desire to read, it's a really fun and unlikely friendship between the two characters as they try to resolve this problem for the bear who just wants to read a book. So there's a lot of humor involved in this. There's a lot of progressive storytelling that also happens here. So as Bear tries one thing, you see the disguise and how it might work or how it might not work. And with each new disguise, there is a similar pattern taking place. So great for preschoolers who are starting to learn a little bit more of those narrative skills and being able to recount the story later on. Not only that, but the book itself invites readers to craft their own solutions if there isn't a perfect book for them on a bookshelf. That it's not necessarily about finding that book that already exists, but perhaps about creating one that fits the mold just right. So the story is really great for those preschoolers because of that, the way that it's designed. You have a little bit of anthropomorphic nature with the bear because he is friendly and interacting with Ellen as you're going through the story. But then you also have a lot of humans, and the humans all have really cartoon-like expressions, but they're also familiar and easy to recognize in life. So you have charming illustrations that have lovely textures and colors, especially in nature. But then you also have the juxtaposition between nature and the more sterile human dwellings that they find themselves in. So not a huge amount of text on each page, a lot of dialogue and predictable repetition from one element of the story to the next. But the humor and the ultimate resolution are both great for preschool readers especially. If this sounds like a great fit for you or for someone you know, I hope you look for it wherever you get your books.